embarrassing thing just happened. The most embarrassing thing just happened, but I'm not even going to dwell on it. I want to go ahead and just take this time to go ahead and just one thank our guest that we have here for taking the time to be here, and two, thank my audience, whoever is out there listening. I appreciate it, and I am ready to definitely jump on into this. But first, I really, really, really just want to give my girl the respect, the tea, the everything. So first, I want to go ahead and say meet Katima Smith Willis. She is a proud Frankfurt native whose passion for her hometown and Commonwealth shines in everything she does. Okay, y'all? She is known for her uplifting and contagious spirit. That is how I met her. I met her in just like a passing glance. And after I met her, I was like, I need to go ahead and figure out who this lady is. So she is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Katima is dedicated to advocating for families, maternal health, equality all over Kentucky. And I just want to say off rip, she has gone ahead and broken some records. We're going to dive into that. But she is a mother, a community leader, and she is also the founder for the People Coalition. She's committed to, creating brighter futures, not only for others around her, but for her son. And I feel like that is definitely something that needs to be commended. I mean, she is a young, beautiful black woman. And the fact that she's just doing this all, I can't wait. And I'm just an itty bitty girl, but let's not even forget about it. She's been recognized in Vogue. She's been recognized by the governor of Kentucky. I'm not even going. We're not gonna make this about me, but I do have a picture with him. Just a picture, but my girl, she got more than pictures. She got more than pictures. All right, she got more than that. All right, but we're not gonna make this about me. This is about my girl. So, with all that being said, she's deeply involved in civic life. She supports a lot of local businesses. That's another way that me and her have kind of deepened our connection. She's coming to, my former workplace. I'm being messy. My former workplace, but who cares? Our love and our connection transcends that. But she supports local businesses. She's uplifting voices. She champions for all kinds of different organizations. I'm talking the ACLU of Kentucky, the NAACP, Human Rights Commission. Where's my girl not dipping that finely pedicure toe at? Where's she not dipping it? I'm trying to tell you. Look, she leads with purpose. I'm saying heart. She has a fierce drive, and I'd like to say we share a similar Kentucky thrive and drive and grandness. And this is just, I was elated to get you on the podcast. So now that I've given this, like, I don't want to seem like a fan, but I am a fan.
Girl,
Now that I've given this introduction, Miss Katima, how are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for the introduction. You are not just a little girl. You are equivalent. We're on the same. We're lifting each other up. So give yourself your flowers for what you're doing. I just think what you're doing is great. But I really appreciate you giving me the space and the platform to kind of just talk, and get to know each other on another level. I love what you're doing. I think that you're bringing a voice to the community and the Commonwealth that is that's needed. So thank you for the introduction. But I am good. I'm happy to be here. I'm waiting for the storm to roll in. I'm a little excited. I got my window already cracked. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Look. I'm already right there with you. I am on a completely opposite side of the tip though. I'm ready for this concert that's about to come through.
Yes.
I need
I'm a
to
little
I need to get
jealous. I'm jealous. I did want to go. I'm not like who's actually is it Sexy Red's concert? Whose concert is it?
it's like a March Madness like combination thing that I'm thinking.
Okay.
So it's Mariah the Scientist, that's who I'm going for.
Wait,
Boston.
who sings no, I don't think that's the right song. Keep going.
Hold on,
Mariah.
hold on. Why you never call me?
Mm,
Bleep keep it.
What about the one said he's calling from Atlanta? Says he was
Yes,
her. Okay,
that's her. That's her. That's
I
her.
like that song. I like
And
that.
then the other one that I'm really excited to see is Boston Richie. He's helped me.
Baby, can you help me?
Baby, can you
Okay,
help me? He got me through some
okay.
times, okay? And then it
Period.
also they also have Sexy Red, which I'm excited for. Don't get me
Bow,
wrong.
bow, bow,
You
bow,
can't
bow.
go wrong.
Okay.
And then also the baby. And I feel like I just haven't heard a lot new from him.
Oh, I didn't know he was gonna be there. I like the baby. Well, I'm jealous. I guess have fun for me. I will be sitting on my couch, have a little bit of FOMO. So
It's okay, girl. It's okay. You already know me. You know where you can see
I
the
I
behind the
live when I
scenes.
tell you, me and my girls, we live for your platforms. We live. The other day, me and Kara was talking. She's like, "Go look at Alyssa's Snapchat." I was like, "For the guys, for the girlies and the gays." I said, "Period, period. Girlies and gays, we love it. We love it."
Look, I stand for my girlies and the gays and everybody
Period. We
else.
locked in for life. Okay,
But we're
you feel
locked
me?
in. We are locked in, okay?
Love
And
that.
so, with that being said, let's talk about like history making here for the first part because I don't even want to negate on that. We aren't in Black History Month. I'm so mad I didn't have this
It's Black History Month
thought.
all year round. We're still in.
But I wanted to make sure I got you within Women's History Month
Mhm.
because I needed to highlight your success. I mean, you've made history as just being the first black woman under 30 to hold your seat in Frankfurt. So, I want to just first ask you like what does this milestone like really symbolize for not only you but our future generations?
Yeah, super. It's almost like a case of imposter syndrome that I have every single day of my life since election day because I'm like, am I really here? Did I really do this? Because honestly, it's the most humbling experience that I've been on. I did not set out, when I got elected, I don't do this for the accolades. Like it's just I feel like I need to do it because it needs to be done. So out the gate when I filed to run for office, I actually filed the last day of to file to run for office because I was like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? And navigating the highs and lows of that of campaigning and being black, being young. I think it's we have not been represented correctly here in Frankfurt for the younger black community and just for the black community in general. So it was a lot of things that I was working through. So come election day on November 7th, I just was like, whatever the results are the results, and I'm here for it. I was proud even if I didn't get a seat because I did it no matter what. And I had a watch party at S7. It's a new black owned lounge here in Frankfurt. And I definitely was like, I talked to the owner. The owner was real cool. I knew the co-owner, and I was just like, I want to bring this energy to politics. I want to bring this energy to campaigning. I don't want my watch party to be the mundane. Everybody sits around and watches the TVs, and because also we were watching the presidential elections trickling in too, so
All at
everybody's
the
on pins
same
and needles.
time.
Like we're like, what is actually going to happen tonight? So one thing we're going to do when it comes to me, we're going to eat good, we're going to drink good, and we're going to have a good time. So come election day, we were watching the results. We were enjoying community, and that's huge for me as community. And I think what you put into this earth is what you get out. And I think the energy that I put into my campaign, even down to my election watch party, which I have to give my flowers to my campaign manager Elizabeth, and my flowers to my three best friends, Kara, Kelly, and Nakia, because without them, my vision wouldn't have came true for my campaign and my election watch party. So it's like 9:30, I guess, and the last precinct is reporting, and I was like in third place. I don't know if people are familiar with Frankfurt government, but we are a city manager ran government. So we have a mayor who's a part of the board of commission, and then we have four commissioners and a city manager. So the city manager is not an elected position, so they get hired. But as for our 5 seats, we have to be voted in. So we were watching, and I was in third place there for a little bit. I'm like, I'm cool with third place. All right, whatever. And then the last precinct reported it, and I ended up on top with the most votes out of all the commissioners, and it was very surreal. but it felt amazing to give my victory speech to, be able to announce that I am the first Black woman under the age of 30 to hold that seat. And I'm trying to carry it well. So it feels good. It's very humbling. It's a hard thing to carry. It's heavy, especially just like within society today. But I'm trying to do better than the past. And I think I'm trying to set the tone for the future that's right behind me. I want politics to look good. They get a little scary, but I want other people that look like me, that come from my background. I want them to know they have a chance at a seat at the table, because anybody can really run for office. So I'm really just trying to make it look good, make it look interesting, and make it look worth engaging.
Definitely. I absolutely love that. I know you just said that you kind of, waited until that last day to really go ahead and make that push for yourself. But I want to also ask, kind of, can you describe the moment you knew that you needed to make that push? I mean, who as long as the bill's made, it's done. So I mean, we here. Who cares if it
Right.
was the last day? I want to know, what was that real true moment of trajectory where you were like, yeah, let's go ahead and let's get this done. Let's go ahead and get this campaign on its roll.
Um. Ooh, listen, that's a good question, and I'm not trying to be messy. What was what was the moment? I think the moment was when I ordered like we ordered like our t-shirts for the campaign. And I was like, my baby didn't get one. So we ordered Milo a shirt, and it came in like couple weeks before. It's a little baby t-shirt. And at the time, mind you, Milo's little. So like I'm seeing my baby every day. But I get this cute little shirt, and it says mom, and it's like a kid drew with crayon the word mom, and it was like mom for city commission. And so when I got his shirt, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this, because really I'm doing it for him. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm from Frankfurt. Like, I am born, I don't know if people know me, but I am like born and raised Frankfurt, Kentucky. I am the girl. I'm from here. I love it here. I'm not going anywhere. It is what it is. Um, so when I look at Milo and when I look at the future, he's in my everyday decision making. And so when it came down to the wire, like, Katima, are you going to do this? Because me and my campaign manager was like, she's, are you going to do it or are you not? And I'm like, I don't know. But then there were other things that tied into the overall decision. And like I said, I think that we have been very misrepresented in Frankfurt on the board of commissioners. We've there's hmm yeah. So I really I really
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying
I'm
to find it.
trying
I'm
to find
trying
the
to find
words.
it.
I'm trying to find the words, honestly. I think that the board of commissioners that we've had in the past, they have made great decisions. We're in a really good spot in Frankfurt in a lot of areas, but we have a lot of places to grow as well. So I just felt like with fresh eyes, fresh ears, what's the other word I'm looking for? Freshman like mentality. I have a very open mind when it comes to a lot of things, although the community might think I'm not. I really am open minded. So I was like, you know what? Maybe a freshman needs to sit in a chair and then just have a whole new perspective on things. So, we're down to the wire, and I'm like, I can do this. If the people before me in these seats could do it, I can do it. And then I'm open to learning. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to feedback. And I think a lot of the past commissioners in the past just were not ready for that or open to that, which is why I think that we failed in a lot of areas with the city of Frankfurt. So um, I did it. I filed, and then when you go to file, you have to have like 20 witnesses. You have to have two, I think, just two. But I
So
had
you
the
was
whole
you
gang,
was
the whole
already
gang was in
on.
there. The whole
You
gang.
already had the on.
Yeah, yeah. We had,
Okay.
I mean, like when I say I had the community behind me that day, it was my friends, it was my family, it was people from the community that like I've worked with, I've advocated alongside of. So when I had to sign my name, I signed my name along with 20 other people that fully believe in me, and that was like, all right, we doing it, pushing you out this, so we did it, and I think that was the like, all right, cool, we're in this for the long run now.
Definitely. So one of the things you just said is just like how open minded you are. and it kind of is, it's a slight segue, and I definitely want to get back to a lot of the work that you're doing and a lot of the plans that you're hoping to get done. I mean, not hoping, I know you're going to get it done. But look, we're going to get into that. But I mean, I just want to get into the meat of that open mindedness. I mean, your career really spans a lot of different things, it spans politics, advocacy, hospitality. So can you let the people at home know? I mean, forget the people at home. This girl right here wants to know, what is your secret to really successfully balancing all of these diverse roles? Because what a lot of people don't know is not only are you the commissioner, but I mean, you also do other things throughout the day outside of being that for us. So what's the secret, girl? Put me on.
It's so
Put
funny
me
when
on.
people ask me that because you're not the only person that asks me that. And I always think about the episode of Power where he's like, teach me the game, Ghost. Teach me the game. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Shit. I don't, I mean, to be honest, Alyssa, it is, I mean, that's the whole point of this conversation is to be honest. And I'm honest in my everyday interactions with people because people ask me, like, how do you do it? And honestly, I wake up every day and I just get to it. I don't really think about, I am well organized. I will tell you that. It takes a very meticulous formula on my calendar. I'll put it like that. So organization is key in anything that you do in life, I feel like, it for success. But outside of that, it takes a lot of self motivation. It takes the drive of my child, which that is motherhood is a job in itself. Like, let me tell you, baby, we are in the thick of these toddler years, and there's days where I'm like, am I going to make it? Honestly, am I going to make it?
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
so yeah, balancing is something that I'm trying to learn every single day. I have not mastered it. There really is no formula to it. It's I think it takes a lot of determination and drive, and also therapy. I don't know who's watching and if people believe in therapy or not, but I am heavily into therapy because there are a lot of things that I do not project out onto my community like I used to in the past. That was something that I was just very quick to respond, quick to argue, quick to dabble in things because I felt like I had to show up in every single space and every single argument to defend my rights, my body, my child, social injustice. But it got to a point where I was like, if I'm going to take care of myself and lean into these roles, lean into the role as a food and beverage manager at Castle and Key, like I cannot go to my job, my full time job that pays my rent, pays my bills, pays my car payment, pays my insurance. I can't go there in the mindset of city commissioner. I have to go there in the mindset of food and beverage manager because I have to show up for my team there because I'm leading a team at Castle and Key. Um, so it's just all about wearing hats and when you take them off and when you transition and what you're once again going back to what you put into it. So once again, I just think it's a lot of drive, it's a lot of motivation. um, I was heavily medicated there for a while on some Adderall, but then I was like, this ain't doing it either. Like I got so my body just got so accustomed to it that it wasn't doing its job, and I'm like, if I'm just putting this in my body, there's no point if it's not actually going to work anymore. So I cut that out. Did a lot more water and vitamin intake. I love me some bourbon and some wine, so that's a part of my regimen as well. uh,
Uh,
so
Another reason me and her get along so well. We Now that I have so much more time on my hands, I can actually go. And I need to actually go down to the House of Commons. I've never been able to get the
yes,
time. Next time we need to see if they can host us, and we need to like make this a long time thing, cuz I was just doing a little mini series,
uh-huh.
and depending on how it goes, seeing how it goes. And I'm not trying to put too much on your plate, but girl,
Hey,
let's
listen,
do look, we can do
listen.
podcasting.
You can look when I tell you because it's funny because if I always tell people when I'm like on something like this, I'm like, if you follow me on Snapchat, you follow me on Snapchat. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, you will never follow me on Snapchat. So like it's just one of them things like I don't post about it. If you win, you in. If you not, you'll never get in. But on my Snapchat, I have this little mini series called Black Women, Bourbon, and Sex. I be dabbling in because that's the podcast that
Yes.
I want to start in the future. So if you ever need me, I will tap in. I will put that hat on too with you because I love it. And a good conversation over bourbon, you can never go
You
wrong. And
can't.
House of Commons is great. So I love the environment there.
Yes, we gotta definitely let them see. Like, we gotta see. Like, hey, can we come in there and giggle a little bit? Like, can we giggle a little bit? Y'all mind if y'all? You know that one meme that's like, y'all mind if I scream?
Yes. Yes.
We just come in there. We're just like, okay,
Two
let's
girls.
see. Let's
We're
go.
just two girlies, just two chill girlies chatting. That's all. That's all.
Please, please. Okay. Hello, Rilo. Special
Hi.
guest.
Yes.
But let's get on up out of here, my guy. Let's get up out of here, my guy. Love you though. So let's just come back around to really like your seat, kind of the different things that you're looking forward to. So I know that a lot of the things that you're advocating for and you campaign behind honestly is stemming behind maternal health, social justice, social injustices,
Mhm.
and inclusive policies. So what is really like inspiring you to like really dive into these issues, especially as a black woman in the locale that we're in?
Yeah. What's inspiring me? I mean, what's inspiring me is seeing other women in leadership. That has been a huge driver for me. I think that, a lot of the things that I campaigned on was like, affordable housing, um, youth involvement, the city and the youth, and what are we doing to set them up for success as a city, and then also like, I am a student at the Kentucky State University. What are we doing for campus? What are we doing to engage?
Who you with? Hey, who you
Hey,
with? Hey! Sorry.
you are hilarious. But yes, I mean, I ran my platform on things that I, as a citizen, wanted to see from my commissioner. And I joined the Public Housing and Infrastructure Committee. As a commissioner, you have to join one or two committees. So I joined the Affordable Housing and the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee. So it's inspiring to see other women in leadership because it motivates me to plug myself into these places. And then also the things that I can't change. I'm on city government. It's a local government commission. I don't have sway on the national level. I'm just a constituent when it comes to the national level. But with this title that I have, it is a privilege to be a city commissioner. I mean, I work hard for it? Yes, but I think it is a place of privilege to be able to speak in these spaces as a commissioner. So it's inspiring to be able to, if I want to go to DC and talk to our congressman, I feel a little bit more bigger when I say Commissioner Smith Willis and not just Katima from Frankfort, Kentucky. So, it is inspiring to be able to say that. And so that drives me to keep showing up in these spaces, to be able to accommodate affordable housing in Frankfort, or to be able to talk to our small businesses in downtown Frankfort and locally around Frankfort and Franklin County to be like, what can I do for you all? I feel like politicians get in this mindset, or this mind state of they come to me when they want something, but no, when do you level with the people and go to the people? And so that's what I do outside of my role. Even when I wasn't a commissioner, I love to just support anybody that supports me. And whether that's just listening to them vent or if that's making a phone call, those are things that I'm willing to do. So it's inspiring because people pour into me, but then also because I'm in a place, and a level to where I can insert myself into these spaces to be able to advocate for people. And keep the conversations going. I think a lot of policy is started behind conversation and what the people need. And I think that we've gotten so lost, within politics and just seeing what the people need and getting out of the mindset of, I am a politician, I am this, I am that. No, what are you doing? Like, that's just kind of where I see people. Our past commissions were like, it was an ego trip. It was a pride thing. It wasn't actually a public servant role. You really don't care about me and my son. You only care about you and your look and how you're perceived to the community, which is huge, but are you showboating or are you working? So that's kind of where I stay inspired because I don't want to be like those people. I want to be Katima at all times, but please don't mistake in it because I am a commissioner and I am putting myself in these places to get shit moving.
Definitely. Lay it down. Just like that. Just like that.
Period.
Just like that. So I am really, really excited to hear about, you know, what kind of, policies or initiatives are you really, really proud to support, or, hoping to really get in there and implement and dig in here in this term that you have? Like, I'm really excited to see what is next. No pressure. I just want to know
Yeah,
so I can
no,
get my
for sure.
ticket, girl.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm really excited to like dig my heels into is really the affordable housing stuff. I mean, that is so imperative right now. Like I said, I joined the committee, and right now, my first term, I guess that's me saying I would run again because it's just a 2 year term. So I don't think people realize how quick that is. I have to refile again by next January. So I have to file in January and then campaign all next year and then still hold my seat and then hope to be elected again. So when I ran my campaign, I told people I was like, I don't want to make any empty promises like other people do. I'm so genuine and honest about my intentions, and I'm intentional behind my decision making. And so, outside of affordable housing, that's kind of what I'm honed in on right now, because we need that in Frankfurt. Whether it's finding people that want to privately develop or people that want to come in and develop and like make sure that we're getting tax credits and incentives, especially on the city level. These are things that I want to be plugged into on the conversations, because I think there's a lack thereof of transparency and communication to the community in the past. I think the staff is amazing. I think that they're doing a lot of great things to start rolling things out to the community on a level that we can digest it in the busy lives in the busy lifestyles that we live. So, my role and some of the initiatives that I want to do is, although I'm focused on affordable housing, I also want to assist the staff and city hall into making sure that people are receiving the information correctly and they understand it. So that's really the two things that I'm really focused on. Outside of that, I think on the fairness order scale, we rank fairly low in Frankfurt in fairness ordinances, which is things that make our city inclusive, and diverse and welcoming. And we want people to move to Frankfurt. It might sound crazy, but you want people to be here in Frankfurt. You want a community. You want workforce development. You want things in place to keep people here, not just go to school and leave. So, that's also one of the things that I'm really just trying to make sure that I educate myself around is, workforce development. I do go to K State, but if I went to K State not as a Frankfurtonian, would I want to stay here? So like I have to wear both those hats to be able to digest and to understand in these conversations, what we actually need. I'm also a 28-year-old mother. Um, there's not a lot for my 3-year-old to do if they go to the park. We don't have, we go to the library, we have great things, but what else could we do? How could we grow our city? So, in this term, I'm just doing a lot of listening right now, a lot of digesting, a lot of listening, a lot of, I get it, or I don't get it, but let me ask questions. That's where I'm at right now in my term. And the next term, I plan on coming out the gate swinging on some things. So I'm doing a lot of research right now on some things that local cities are doing. I have a really dope friend named Emma. She's the first trans elected woman in Lexington. So I am super, super proud of her and
Hey, my
excited.
girl's in my games. My girl's
My
in
girl is at my game. I am super excited. And then I got some other really dope friends. I'm a part of the Kentucky Black Local Elected Officials League. So I am around people that are like-minded like me. So I'm asking questions because what can I bring to Frankfurt that we don't have right now, that we also have not had the proper representation and the proper person around behind the conversation. So yeah, that's where we're at with that.
I love that. I think while I was doing my research on you, actually, and I think we had maybe had a sentence worth of like speaking on it, but I actually served a little bit of time at the Sunshine Center. I literally got in on that back end, trying my best to, capture some funding, but I am right there with you, and I 100% support your initiative with getting some more housing for our community. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm down and out, but here recently I had to move back in with my parents, and
Yeah.
right now that is such a large prevalent thing. Like there's you know, multi person, multi adult, I would say, persons in one household right now, especially within Frankfurt. It's just one of these areas that I feel like we just aren't,
We lack it. It's lacking.
it's lacking, and I love to look on the perspective of both sides. Right now I'm working on getting my paralegal BA, so I love looking at the legal side of different things, and I love, keeping people's constitutional rights at bay.
Right.
So, you definitely don't want to be strictly policing these landlords and these different
Right.
developments, but there's different things, especially in Frankfurt, that there's properties being rented out at rates that they just truly are not even worth. I mean, I think I looked at a apartment on Zillow not too long ago where you could see how yellow the refrigerator was, but you
Right.
want this, that, and another, and not saying you shouldn't get your money's worth in this economy, because there's so many different trickle down parts, because it's not completely the landlord's fault. They got to make a living, they need to be able to pay the bills on the back end behind all of that. But
Right.
I don't let me get down this bit.
No,
Girl,
no,
don't
and
let
you
me
know
get
what?
down it.
But listen, you're right. I mean, it is one of the things that I saw before I even became commissioner was I was like, God damn, there's a lot of Airbnbs. I mean, by golly, how many more do we need? But I get on the tourism aspect and to accommodate tourists, awesome. But where's the balance? What about the people that are here in Frankfurt, the single mothers, the mothers that want to take their kids to Second Street? I feel like if we're from Frankfurt, we should have the one up in terms of options. Not people that are looking to come to Frankfurt for 2 days. Although you do contribute to our revenue. I mean, we need it. We need
We
tourism,
do, we
but we
do.
also need to keep the people here that keep the city going. And one of the things that I looked into, I think between 2019 to 2023, the median household income for Frankfort, Kentucky was like $54,436, maybe. Don't quote me. But it is a slight increase in the family home income. But when you look at these places that are for rent, the math ain't mathing. Because how do I make 54,000 a year? And if I do have a child, I'm gonna tell my business. I spent
Ooh, thank you.
7,000 something in childcare this past tax year. Talk seven bands,
Highway robbery. Highway robbery.
7 bands. Now my
Gotcha.
child, that is with one child. So what if I have 3 kids? I need a 4 bedroom house, which also it's not. We don't have too many multifamily complexes. So there's a
Definitely.
lot of barriers that we're reaching when it comes to affordable housing. It's a very complex layer conversation, but it all ties hand in hand. So, I feel like when people are pricing these units out, is it price gouging? I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like they got to get their money back. They also have to be able to fix shit when shit goes wrong. So it's like I see what you're doing, but also the math ain't mathing. So it is a problem. And then also, why are we developing more Airbnbs and opening up these places for people that are going to be here for just a weekend? So it's a lot to negate. And it's a touchy subject because I'm here for people that do have Airbnbs and that own them. But why do you own an Airbnb in Frankfort, Kentucky when you don't even live here? Like there's things. I have thoughts, but I'll leave it at that. And it is something that I'm willing to tackle in this term and have these conversations. But also in my next term, I'm looking to try to find balance and make those things happen. So
Well, definitely, I would love to get any information on any kind of like roundtables that you're going to be hosting, any lives, informationals, anything like that, especially to give to the audience out there, that if they would like to get connected, because truly, I feel like you guys should be listening to my girl. She is so tapped in, and I just we're right there on the same wavelength. And another thing that I think we really connected on and we're really big on is just mentorship and really going back and taking the information and the knowledge that we have and giving it back to our babies, whether it be our own or, the children around us, the youth around us. I mean, right now you're on K-State's campus. I mean, there's so many people on that campus that I'm sure you could bless and touch their lives. And look, you need one of them following you around.
I
Following you
actually do.
around.
I just got one. That sounds so weird. Like it's like a pick me thing, but it's not. I met I met Leah Thompson at the
Woo.
fish fry, and she just followed. She came. We hung out last Monday. She went to the city commission meeting with me, and I was like, I love this. This is great. We're friends, but also like come along for the ride, And she has been such a sweet little light in my life. I'm glad I met her. And she was like, next city commission meeting, I want to come. It's little seeds planted like that you have no idea where they're going to go. So yes, I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. K-State is absolutely, it's a huge campus. I can't talk to everybody, but I encourage everybody in these roles that I'm in, don't wait for them to come to you. Just hell, go up there. It's K-State. But then also we have,
Hmm.
the Wanda Joyce Robinson Foundation. I have a mentee through there. I did the Cinderella's Closet last year with you, and the girl that I had in my group, we friends on Instagram. I said, "Baby girl, I don't even know if I was a teacher, you would be my friend on Instagram." But you know what?
I ain't one of them.
We could.
Look, I have all my babies on some. Whether I got their phone number, I got their Instagram. They text me their pictures. Like it's truly an experience that like I shed a tear every year. A tear or two, a tear or two. I love
Listen,
it.
I missed this year. I was so sad about it. I had like 8 things on my calendar that day, and I was like, "Okay, we can't do it all. So what are we gonna do?" So.
Look,
But I'm glad you
we
still win. I'm really happy. I think that's important representation in that space, especially seeing a black woman and a black woman like you that are on the stages. I think it was great that you went. So
Uh, I loved it, and just kind of, speaking on mentorship, what kind of advice, like, I know you said you can't talk to us all, but we gonna clip this down, and we gonna make this one clip go viral. So,
okay.
what is some real good practical advice you would give to a young black woman considering public service, advocacy, or just in general, just being bold, loud, proud? I think once you get to a certain age, you're kind of confused and getting into yourself.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm really gonna try to pull up this document really quick because I got an award yesterday. I got the Changemaker of the Year award with the Franklin County Democratic Party, and so I was super honored about that. But one of the things that I touched on in my acceptance speech was about um, taking up space. I think that the world, especially for young Black women, every person at some point in our lives as young Black women, we've been told we're too much, whether it's from our teachers, whether it's from our parents. Hell, like I hate to unpack that trauma, but our parents, our teachers, a boyfriend a time or two, a friend that wasn't a friend. We've always been told at some point we're too much. But I think it's okay to be too much. I think it's okay to be too loud. And I really think it's okay to be too radical. To anything, because the truth is, I think right now in society, we need that more than ever. We need to be too loud. We need to be too much. It's 2025, and the same shit that's been happening for decades is still happening right now, if not a little worse. So step into these spaces, step into the arena, even though you might not have that degree, even though you might have that one thing holding you back. You might have that one boyfriend that's still on your couch, not paying no bills. There's a lot of things that could be at play. Take up space, invest in yourself, show up, and take up space. Be loud, be unapologetic, and keep showing up, because if we don't show up for ourselves and our fellow sisters, we will be lost in the sauce in this world. And I think it takes a lot of mentorship. It takes a lot of accountability, because that's also something that I think that we've noticed, at least in Frankfurt, we have certain leadership and then they ain't shit. And then it's just like, we don't hold them accountable, but then somebody like me steps in, and when I hold a person accountable, I'm the bad guy. But really, I'm just being real. So we have to take up space. We have to hold ourselves accountable, call out bullshit when we see it, because the world is already ran by crappy people. So if we got crappy people next door in our neighborhood, you got to call it out when we're trying to make change. So be loud, be radical, be all the things that we are told not to be, and show up, and honestly just keep fighting because we got a hell of a road ahead of us. I promise you that.
Amen. 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 So, about, I would say, I don't know, I would say maybe about a month and a half ago, I was just at my local little gas station, carousing, grabbing my fresh little goodies that I needed.
Hmm.
And right as I walked out, in the corner of my eye, I saw this beautiful black woman on the newspaper. And I glanced back and I said, "Oh, that's my girl Katima." I turned right back around. I grabbed that newspaper and I made me another transaction. I said, "I need this newspaper." And not only was it you, but it was your beautiful son
It was my
right
love.
there, plastered on the front page of our Frankfurt Journal. And so I was just like, oh my God, I love this moment. I like, first of all, the picture, stunning.
Thank
I hope you have this picture like blown up
I'm gonna get it
somewhere
printed. Yes.
and thrown on like a mantelpiece. It's beautiful, stunning. It's going to be in a textbook somewhere
Thank
talking
you.
about Commissioner Smith Willis with her baby, Milo.
Yes.
You feel me? So, with that being said, I want to ask you, what is the most rewarding aspect of, raising a child amid your career in this public leadership?
Oh God. I mean, you'll make me cry. When I talk about Milo, that's my boy. He saved me when I didn't know I needed saving, honestly. I have a great co-parent. Jordan is absolutely me, and I think it's funny because we can't talk about Milo without talking about Jordan, because there would be no Milo without that one. So, me and Jordan, we were we the pandemic, boy, the pandemic, we I think we all had babies, we all did stuff that maybe we shouldn't have done because we was all inside. We just inside, had nothing to do. Me and Jordan, we have been friends for years. We were in the thick of fighting the power, let me tell you, and love was just sparked. And we literally said, it was like a Monday. We were like, let's go get married on Friday. We went and got married on a Friday. And we inside, we got married, we had a baby. And lo and behold, here comes Milo. And it's funny because people always ask in the barbershop, ask me, are you and Katima together? And we're not, but we don't publicize our business because we actually have a very great relationship with each other, because honestly, the way we work is how Milo thrives. So if we're dumping our childhood trauma onto our child, we're not setting him up for success. So when I see Milo, he is the light at the end of the tunnel. When I think about what I'm doing, some days I'm like, damn, is this shit worth it? Because baby, let me tell you, it is hard. But when I see him, he is my driving factor, and one of the things, he's talking, he's 3, he'll be 4 in October, so he's talking right now. Some days he be saying shit, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but hell yeah, brother. Um, but I just got me a new car last week, or this earlier this week, and so I went to go to, get it myself, and I pulled up to my mom's house to pick him up, and he walked outside and he was like, wow, mom, it's a spaceship, thank you. And that to me was worth the years ahead of car payments, because it's like, he sees it, and he might not know that thank you was very probably just to him like thank you, but to me it was everything I needed to hear, because I work hard and I like to treat myself occasionally, but sometimes I have that mom guilt, like damn bitch, you didn't need that, or like just little small stuff, but really I do deserve that. But the reward is Milo's reaction, and the older he gets, those reactions will grow, and they pour into me. They fill my cup when I don't even know that my cup is empty. So, you know, when he has a good day at school, that's the reward. It's just I am trying, and me and Jordan are both trying. Um, but the reward seems small to other people, especially when you don't have a kid. But when you do have a kid, and even if you don't have a kid, and hell, your dog doesn't shit in the house while you're gone all day, it's a small reward.
Please, please preach,
It's it's
preach.
the rewards. It's the rewards, the small ones. Um, so yeah, I mean, Milo is just, when they put me on that damn paper. First off, I didn't know I was gonna be on the front page. Second of all, I said the story should have been about Milo because I wasn't even looking straight on at the camera. I'm looking at him. He looking forward. It was his that was his moment to shine. So, and when I saw that, I'm like, I love that people now know I ain't doing this for me. I could have went up there and got sworn in by myself and just did my little moment and went to sit down. No, bring the whole gang up here because we all did this and I'm doing this for the gang, not just for Katima. So, it's those are the rewards. Those are the things that make me sleep well at night.
Definitely. Well, it's time to get into our messy minute.
Like
Now,
a
I'm
drink.
gonna I'm
Damn.
gonna tell you, I found the mess, but I decided, you know what? We're not gonna find nothing like that. I found it, and then I unfound it. I don't even know nothing
What
like
you
that.
find?
I don't even know nothing like that.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'm gonna keep it very light. We're
okay,
gonna end this cute and cute, or
okay. I want to know what you
so.
found though. Like, what did you find?
So I want to know. Let's set the scene.
Okay.
Because you are an organizer, a community activist, somebody that if you post it right now, pull up right here, and I was free, I would pull up right there. So I want to know. Let's imagine you're hosting this exclusive Frankfurt mixer networking event.
Ooh.
I want to know where's the venue. I want to know who's the top on your guest list. And I want to
Ooh.
know what vibe are we setting? I mean, are we talking sexy and sophisticated? Are we doing black tie, sneaker
Mm.
ball, Gatsby? Where are we going?
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Where's the venue?
Okay, venue.
Okay, venue. So a lot of people don't know about the place because, when it's cold outside, we're not buying flowers. But there's a new flower market down on St. Clair called the Kentucky Flower Market, and it acts as a venue space as well. The owner is absolutely immaculate. She's beautiful. She's amazing. I love it there, and it's actually something I do want to do soon. It's funny that you say that because I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes. But I would have it at the Kentucky Flower Market. It's a nice open space. It's a vibe. There's flowers everywhere. It smells good. It's in a prime location of downtown, so it's accessible. Everybody can pull up. If you got to walk, you can walk. It's summertime. Pull up. So that's where I would ideally have it, hypothetically. I also have been really fixated for some reason on TikTok. I'm on this whole rabbit hole of like boiler rooms, but in coffee shops. And I'm like, I love that.
Ooh.
I tagged Engine House, but I was like, can we do this? I don't even know what we have to do, but can we do this? So like,
Make it happen now.
make it happen. I want to do something very unorthodox for Frankfurt. So something somewhere weird like that, not weird, but somewhere quirky, swanky. You wouldn't expect to have an event there. I'm definitely calling my boy DJ Doubles to DJ it because you cannot have an event without vibes, great vibes. And who's on my guest list? My guest list would be rather lengthy. But I only fuck with the best. So it would be, of course, my circle, the people. Like I said, if you in my Snapchat community, you in. Stay getting the invite list for
I'm
sure.
in there. I'm in the VIP. I'm in the VIP. We made it.
We made it. Um, if it was like some kind of event where I'm trying to be civically, having people civically engaged, but make it interesting and intimate, but yet fun and interesting and like, swanky. Of course, I'm gonna invite Andy B. I'm always sending him an invitation to no matter what I do, he will always get an invite, no matter if he's busy or not, just because we like Uncle Andy. So we're gonna definitely invite him to the cookout for sure. But then, you know, my girls are a huge part of my support system. They'll be there. I got a couple other friends that just got elected into city council across the state of Kentucky. The whole entire Kentucky Young Democrats board because they've seen me grow. So it would be a nice mix of people. But I
A
think
real cute soiree. What are we wearing? I want to know what you're wearing.
okay, I'm all black all time, so it would be an all black affair. But wear your best
Ooh.
shoes, whether they're heels, sneakers. I want the shoes
Oh
to pop. I
yes,
want the shoes to be the
please.
highlight of your entire fit. But please come in all black. throw in a bow tie if you want to. And also, you can dress up or dress down black. You cannot go wrong. I think people fail to realize that, like, I'm still Katima. I
No
got friends.
shiesties.
Look, no, well, yeah, sure. Yeah, just don't wear it.
No shiesties.
She said,
No, Auntie Lisa said no shiesties.
she said,
You are going to scare me.
okay, no shiesty. We'll put that in the asterisk at the bottom of the invitation. No
No
shiesty.
shiesties.
No shiesties. No, yeah, I mean, the guest list would be it would be infinite. I mean, I got friends from all walks of life. I'll put it like that. I got friends that sit up in very high places. I got friends that I'm, you know, dabbing up in the hood. So, it just I am friends with people of all walks of life, and I would not exclude anybody. There would be a who cannot come in list. That's always that's
And
always
that is the messy minute. Tell us that. Who may not come in?
who may not come
Nah,
in.
nah. Let's not
No,
get
no.
that messy. Let's not get that
It's
messy.
one of those things. It's one of those things. If you know, you know. Especially in Frankfurt, people always try to pop up in places that they feel like they're welcome because of just who they have been in the past or who they are, and it's just like you can't get in. You can't sit with us, and you had your
Look at
time.
me now. Oh, look at me now. Oh.
Okay,
Hey, hey, we're getting paper. How you go? Hey, you can't even get it out. You
you can't
outside
even
the club.
get in.
Can't even get in. But guys, I want to let you guys know that this was absolutely a pleasure sitting down with you. I feel like these were some really. I'm beyond myself. I feel like I did some really good
Did a
research.
really great
These
job.
questions was good. I loved. I don't know if I loved the questions or the answers
They
better.
were both. The questions
Like,
were good. The questions were good. They were really good. I think that you have something so special here, and I would always, anytime you need me, I'll come back. I think especially as Black women, we have to start talking about dating out here. Like there are so many things that we
girl.
could just peel back the layers on. Peel back the layers on.
Ooh,
But we
now,
have a safe space. We need a safe space, especially locally.
yes.
So I think this is great with what you have, and I'm looking forward to seeing where you go with this. And I hope that you have my full support with Beyond the Title, and I can't wait to see who else you bring on.
Well, thank you. And this is now your time. Plug yourself. I want to know where can we
Sure.
find you? What social medias? What's your big what like? I know you said that your next big initiative is the affordable housing. Is there anything viable and available for us to get to, or what can we where can we get to you, girl?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, once again, my name's Katima Smith Willis. I appreciate you all. This was such a blast. I'm also Commissioner Smith Willis if you don't know me. So definitely tap in with me. So I'm on Facebook, of course. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm Katima McMillan on Facebook. And then I am Commissioner Smith Willis on my city official page. You can find me on Twitter, of course. I'm Katima.ky on Twitter. X, I guess. I don't know. I'm probably about to leave that platform anyway because Elon been pissing me off. But
Get out of here.
get
Get up
out of
out of
here.
here.
I'm on Instagram as well. My Instagram handle is katima.ky, I do believe. And then it's also Commissioner Smith Willis if you want to follow me on there. And then honestly, you can find me. You can go on City Hall and you can contact me via that website. But anything that I'm doing, your City Hall's website is your number one point of access. You can find all our meeting minutes. You can find our agendas for the upcoming meetings, when the meetings are. They are always at City Hall in the chambers, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So I encourage everybody to just go to City Hall's website, click around. They're doing a complete overhaul on the website, and it looks absolutely amazing, and it's so accessible, easy to navigate. So check it out on City Hall. And the rest is the rest. I mean, I'm very easy to find. I'm always downtown. If you need me, holla at your girl. And if you always just want to maybe go catch up, ask questions. I love coffee, but I'm also a 5 o'clock girly, and I love to have me a good drink and a cocktail. So we can do the do and have a good time, but still get things done and be informed.
Well, thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you guys have a blessed and very productive week. Y'all stay safe.
Bye, y'all.
All right, we ain't live no more. We ain't live no more, I don't think. All
Are
right.
you sure?
We not live no
Are you
more.
sure?
We not live no more.